obviously by now have heard about the creepy old homeless man that had haunted me as I'd gone to my friend Jacob's house. Well, turns out the trouble wasn't over. When he left, I thought he was gone for good, but I was sadly and horribly wrong on every level. I don't know what provoked him to come back, or what even sparked his interest in us, but he came back. It wasn't long before I was constantly going over to my friend Jacob's house all the time, even like when I was bored, happy, sad, mad, frustrated. Didn't matter what mood I was in, I'd constantly go over there. Jacob was glad to have my company, but often was busy with other things too. I won't specify what, because this story isn't about him right now. He comes later. Now, it started with me. The beast, as I'll refer to it, was constantly coming after me. I have no idea why, but it started to get unnerving. I was having problems sleeping, and I started to look like shit. I thought, crap, this is gonna make my hair look bad. I love keeping my hair pretty decent, but undoubtedly, I didn't care at this point. I just wanted to fucking get rid of him. Now, I had a monster on standby in my room, waiting to be drank, before I headed over to my friend Manuel's house. Now, what I didn't know at the time was that everybody who was in that house that had been seen by the beast was now part of it. Part of something bigger. Part of something bad. Now, I wasn't sure what was happening, but I know for sure that whatever happened was gonna get worse. Now, it's not like me and my friends to freak out at little things. The first thing my friends thought were that we must have inhaled some sort of shrooms or something at the time that we'd seen the beast. Now, me, I was still being haunted by it, and I couldn't really do anything about it. I was having problems sleeping and keeping up with my schoolwork at the same time, now that school was back in. It was infinitely harder trying to deal with this beast, this monstrosity that haunted me. I wasn't sure what to do, so I called my old friend. His name I'll leave unspoken so that the beast won't know him, or try to deliberately hurt another one of my friends. But I called, for the sake of him, I'll call him Bob. Now, I called Bob because, well, Bob has studied so many things that, you know, it just felt right to contact him. Now, by now, Bob had studied paranormal, had studied demons, and was a huge gamer, as well as a huge music, like, collector, I could say, per se. Now, he said I could have what would often be referred to as a attaching demon ghost. I wasn't sure what he meant, because I've never heard of this. There's no research page or nothing on it. I've looked everywhere. I've checked it. There is no such thing. He gave me a sigh of disappointment to my stupidity. Now, what he said was actually kind of sense, but didn't make sense at the same time. He said what I needed to do was give the demon what he wanted, and he would disappear until he ran across someone else. I told him that there was many people involved, and he told me that if there was several people involved, that he didn't know what to do. So I was basically screwed. Fuck, I thought. How the hell do I get rid of this thing then? He told me he couldn't help because he didn't know, but I could check. But he would check in with his friend, Larry, we'll call him, and he would get back to me. Now Bob was hung up the phone and got right on it. Me, I was busy pretending that there was not a care in the world, and went about my day. I went to school, conversed with my friends, talked with some girls, normal teenager stuff. All the while dreading if that wretched thing would show up again. The Beast. Now, of course, things got worse when I returned to my friend Jacob's house later. The Beast was there, sitting, waiting. He jumped my friend Jacob. Now I pulled the Beast off of Jacob as he was kicking and screaming. Ah! Jacob had been sliced right down his stomach. Manuel was at the house. I told him to grab a towel and apply pressure to Jacob's stomach because the wound was deep. The Beast jumped Manuel. I pulled the Beast off of him before it could do anything. Manuel applied pressure to Jacob's wounds, and the Beast tried to kill me instead. But I socked it in the face. Surprisingly, it was materialistic. But that did not do anything to stop my hand from being in immense pain when it collided with the Beast's face. Now, there's not too much that can be done about demons or ghosts or whatever. It never ends well. Well, for me, it was that 50 cents that mattered. I hadn't taken off my jeans from a long time ago. Felt a deep connection with these jeans. I don't know why. And do not question the reason for me wearing those jeans constantly. But I hadn't taken out the 50 cents yet. That's what saved our lives. I'd remembered earlier when, in the early stages of attacking us, the Beast asked with a hat, "Change, please." I felt around in my pockets and couldn't find the 50 cents. It was sitting on Jacob's table where I was sitting at the computer earlier before I went to go help him. Now, of course, this wasn't uncommon for me to misplace my change, but with Jacob on the floor, Manuel trying to tend to his wounds, and me fending off the beast, there was no way for me to get over there. Jeremiah was still cowering in his room like a little bitch, and so he wouldn't be of any use to us. And Christian was still at home sleeping. God, there was no decent way to deal with this. I mean, really, there had to be some way to get rid of this and quickly get over there to where I can get the money. It screamed again before it began trying to hit me. Miss after miss after miss. I rolled my head back and forth trying to dodge its hits, one after the other, missing, hitting the floor. I couldn't take it. I kicked the beast off. I dove over my friends, and I grabbed the change. I threw the change at the beast. It caught it, and with a giant fucking creepy grin, it said, "Thank you," and disappeared. Now, with that, I didn't know what next, but it was just too much. From the rags that he had on, I knew he was homeless, but the fact that he was a demon too. His eyes were gone, his teeth were sharpened, he was covered in rags and everything, but I was glad he was gone. I didn't know for how long, or if we would see him again, but I knew that with that, it should be over. My friend Bob called me later saying if I gave the demon what he wanted, it would be gone for good. The demon ghost? I replied, and he said yes. And I said, well, good, because I gave it what it wanted. So, with a curious question, he asked, what did the beast want? It wanted change. 2 quarters. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks. That was the conclusion to The Homeless Man. I'm sorry I couldn't label it. I'll title this one The Homeless Man Part 2. Yeah, I'm glad to be able to do this. This is actually pretty fun. I know, my hair's a mess. I really don't care about my hair, actually. I don't wear jeans that long. This is just a creepypasta. No hating, please. No nasty comments. Keep that shit away from me. And I'm glad. Big shout out to my friends Jacob, Manuel, and Christian. I don't know if you guys are watching this, but thanks for letting me put you guys in my video. As well as the Homeless Man is actually just a general idea that kind of popped into my head. I really just went with it. So, if you like this, let me know in the comments below if you want to hear more creepypastas. Hopefully this will be a recurring thing. You're probably wondering why it was black. Got one of these on me. Since I can't really like turn off my camera. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If this gets good views, I'm gonna do more. So, yeah. I love it, and I'll see all of you in the next video. And in the shadows. Bye-bye!